All right, welcome back to Casino Guitars. Got something a little different today. We're in the acoustic world, but we're still plugged in. This is the new Circa 74 acoustic amp, acoustic and vocal amp from Taylor Guitars. So pretty awesome if you're looking at it. Obviously, it's got a pretty fancy look. This is Bob Taylor sort of a brainchild, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I think he was looking at just the world of acoustic amplifiers and maybe saw a hole there for some things that he wanted to see that maybe he wasn't seeing. And this is what they came up with. So again, it's called the Circa 74. You can check it out. There's a whole section of the Taylor Guitar website that tells you about this thing. Basically, it is a really nice mahogany cabinet. It comes with this little stand that it's on. So the amp lifts up off of there, and you get this little stand that's almost like a cool little table. Well, it is a cool little table with places the amp sort of fits down in. So you know, if you were playing standing up or sitting around, or even in your living room, it just gets it up where you can hear it. It's not on the floor. But a killer little amp, 150 watts of power. There are 2 channels. Obviously, it's got EQ. It's got a really good reverb. You could probably hear that when I was playing in the beginning. That's with the reverb at like 11 o'clock. Here's no reverb. Same thing. We'll just put all the reverb in it. So that's obviously a lot of reverb. So as much as you can want. In the beginning, I was playing, like I said, with it around 11 o'clock. Here's the reverb at around noon. But it's a great sounding amp. Like I said, 2 channels. They're the same controls, except channel 1 has the combo sort of input where you can plug in a 1/4-inch cable or an XLR. So if you want to sing and play at the same time, no big deal. This would be plenty of power for most smaller gigs, like if you're in a little coffee shop, a cafe kind of thing. You could probably bring this thing, and that's about all you need, and a microphone, of course. It does have Bluetooth. It's got an aux in. It's got a headphone jack. So all sorts of applications, whether you're using it at home or whether you're trying to gig with this thing. Taylor says that it's optimized for every sort of popular acoustic guitar pickup that's out on the market now. So obviously I'm playing an 814 CE with Taylor's Expression 2 system. But, you know, if you were playing a normal sort of piezo setup with the undersaddle sort of pickup, or maybe you're playing something like a K&K Mini, I'm going to assume that sounds great. We might even do some videos later with some different guitars that aren't Taylor's just to see how it sounds. My first impression is that it sounds really good. You know, Taylor says on the website and the reading material that they wanted something, you know, with the cabinet and the speaker choice that sounded really natural, that didn't have any of those sort of harsh, kind of quacky, like acoustic guitar sounds that we kind of hear a lot plugged in. And, you know, I was skeptical of that, but in the room, at least, it sounds really, really good. It sounds very natural. There's not a lot of that clanginess like you can get with you know, amplified acoustic guitars a lot of times. So it seems to be voiced really, really well. I've got all the settings on the guitar pretty much at noon. So the bass, the treble, and the volume. So even just something, even just a, you know, a strum thing, maybe you're doing something that's a little more, I don't know, let's add a little bit of treble. Maybe you're doing something that's a little more kind of funky. That sounds great, you know, maybe if you're... Handles fingerstyle stuff really well. So overall, first impressions, I'm really impressed. It does have a line out, both a 1/4 inch output and an XLR. So if you want to go straight into the PA and use this to sort of monitor yourself in like a live situation, or if you wanted to record and you didn't want to take the time to maybe mic your guitar, you could hear yourself with this thing, run straight into your interface, which is what we're doing right now. That's what you're hearing. I think it sounds really good and really natural. The speaker in the room again sounds really natural. So if you are looking for a very attractive, really well-built acoustic amp, and I think that's part of the allure of this thing, right? If you did put it in your living room, you know, it sort of looks like cool old furniture. So you wouldn't necessarily have to, you know, clear this up if you got company coming over, or your partner, you know, maybe won't yell at you if you want to leave this out. I know my wife would probably be fine with this if I had it, you know, next to my chair in the living room or something. But that's part of it. And I'm sure the construction and the quality of the wood there is part of the price, because they're not, you know, they're not what I'd consider a budget amplifier at all. They're definitely on the sort of higher priced end of things. But looking at the quality, looking at the craftsmanship, hearing it, knowing you get the cool little amp stand with it, maybe it makes sense for you. Absolutely sounds really, really good. So check it out, the Circa 74 by Taylor Guitars. Really cool little acoustic amp. Might be all you need if you play and sing and you don't need any more inputs.